What's up, everyone? Welcome back to this RWBY discussion. This time, Volume 8, Episode 6, Midnight. I forgot the name for a second. As always, I'm Connor. With us, we have Zach
Hello.
and Mike.
What's up? Did it
Hey,
do
we
it?
heard you. Holy shit.
It did it early, so now I didn't have... All right, cool. F you, Discord.
So any early thoughts on this episode?
I'm going to say one thing, and one thing only before we get into it. Well, I guess it's three things. Holy shit.
I'm just going to say, wow.
You both and Travis in the last episode said you think it was the best episode thus far of the season. I think this one far exceeds it, and I actually like this one.
I actually agree with you. I am eating my own words.
Hey, I said thus far. And now this is the best episode. You got one up.
So the episode starts off back to Cinder scrubbing. You know, I'm going to be reaching for criticism this time around since I enjoyed so much of this episode. The animation on the bubbles, kind of weird. Don't like it.
The animation is lazy too.
Like it's satisfying, but yeah, I don't like it because of that laziness. It's like the animation itself I really enjoy for the bubbles. The way it looks, you know, it's very similar to like when Ironwood shoots the gun and there's the smoke that comes off of it. You know, it's very different in terms of the way it looks, but I like it. But the bubbles, they were just popping up everywhere. They weren't following the brush. But continuing on, we get to finally learn about Cinder's backstory. She started off in a farmhouse. She gets bought and brought to a fancy hotel.
Yeah,
she's
by a wonderful woman.
So like, all right. So like when it first started off, I was like, all right, she's scrubbing the floors. All right, I'm assuming like at first I was like, all right, so this is like Cinderella. All right, cool. And then like I realized like later I was like, oh, it looks like she's just being punished, and I'm not sure if this is just an orphanage or like a farm or like both.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was. It seems like an orphanage since she was bought, but who knows?
Yeah, but like those kids, I want to hit those kids.
Which one? The ones at the farmhouse or the ones in the hotel?
Both actually.
Okay, good. That's the correct answer.
Because like she was being punished. Like it looked like she was being punished anyway. Like I thought it was just like they were just like, all right, this is her job. But like they would cut between it every time like something happened and then she was scrubbing. And maybe it was just like backdrop. But I was like, all right, that kind of.
That's what I thought too. Is that she just consistently is like in trouble or doing something that she's not supposed to. So yeah, I took it as like she's grounded or has to do extra chores or something.
Because these other gosh dang kids. All right, but I'm gonna stop. I digress. Let's continue. All right, so she goes.
She goes to the fancy hotel. She gets to meet her new stepmom. You know, everything seems like it's going to be good at first. They have a whole plate of food in front of her. And then the stepmom starts talking, and that all goes out the window. So, here's your chores. You're going to do this. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. You're going to do that. And then so they're just like, hungry. I want to eat. And so she just takes some bread and throws it on the floor. And start with the floor. It's filthy.
I wanted to smack her. I wanted to smack her.
Oh, yeah. We kind of follow her time there with a very Cinderella magical song. Just covering exactly what she's doing. Telling her to shut the hell up. And so, you know, we just get to see her life with the family of stepguns.
Yeah. And it's kind of, I don't know if they just like, if we, because I don't know the full like actual Cinderella story, but so like the place is called the Glass Umbrella, and I guess this place was supposed to be the Glass Slipper, but then like she also got mistreated here, so I was like, are they doing like a story inside of a story, or just like kind of like a play on words? Like, all right, so there was there were like three kids, maybe like 2 or 3 kids, or at least 2 kids that they show, and then there was like I guess the father figure who like mistreated her. And I was like, all right, so now she gets taken. She gets to go, you know, she gets her glass slipper. She gets to go to like, you know, this good place and have a good time for a little bit. And then she gets like treated questionably worse than she did like previously. So I was like, I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah, we get to see exactly what happens when Cinder does something wrong. It's no longer just like you're grounded or You know, a little bit of a slap on the wrist. They put on a fucking dog collar on her, an electric collar.
That was fucked up.
Yeah. Brings in more clever usages of dust, though. I do like that. While she's living her life here, she ends up seeing a huntsman come in who's showing off his sword to the other patrons nearby, and she wants it. She ends up. The sisters cover their feet in mud while this is happening, dirty the freshly cleaned floor, and then we see Cinder unlocks her semblance. Makes a big old mess of dust.
I thought that was cool.
When they walked in that floor, when they walked in there with them, because they were on the second floor, I got I got pissed. I was like, how dare you walk not just like into the lobby, you walked up the stairs to the second floor with all that. I was like,
you also need to kind of congratulate them though, because to keep that much mud on you all that way, I mean, that's like a talent.
Maybe that's their semblance. Like, you just create mud from their feet. That would waken my semblance too. Like that moment there, I'm like, all right, cool. All right, let's. You know what?
I see. So you have chosen death. And it's after that we get a little bit of a parallel between the stepmom and Salem. There's the line, "Without you, I am nothing." And so it makes me realize that Cinder's she might not be loyal to Salem. This might have all been a ruse, and I might have just misjudged her the whole time.
See, I told you. I have always thought that Cinder is just using her for the moment. I think Cinder has her own motives, and I am excited to see that play out.
She just wants
power.
She
can't win a fight, but you know.
Yeah. She just wants power. That's her goal.
She's tired of being oppressed.
She's tired of being powerless, yeah. So she ends up in rebelling. She steals the man's sword from earlier. He ends up finding her in a little storage room. Talks about how, if she wanted to be a huntress, and she says yes, she does want to be a huntress. So he offers to train her and tries to help her. And, everything was happy from there. Happy ending. That's how it ends.
Or so it should have.
Time passes. Cinder gets older. He trains her whenever he comes by. He ends up gifting her the sword that she'd stolen prior. And then one day he comes back and there's no one attending the desk. And he hears something going on in the back room. And he goes to check it out. And what does he see? Cinder has killed the step cunts.
Fuck yeah, she did. Rightfully earned.
Yeah, the mother's just triggering the shot collar the whole time, and she's just powering through it. It's a great moment.
I love the look.
Yeah, the crazy
After
eyes.
She's done, the crazy eyes looking at him like, "Are you proud of me, Dad?" Like
full fucking Yandere.
GG. All right, so I may or may not have like hyper analyzed this. So like it looks like they're in Atlas because I can see like a bluish ring or like that little blue ring that's around Atlas.
And that higher quality of living indicates more of an Atlas style too.
Yep. And so he says she has like 7 years in order to so she's an adult since I think he said she was 10. And then that's kind of like the fairy godmother almost, but it was kind of confusing because like the fairy godmother, hey, you got to be back before 12. Or the effect wears off or whatever she said. And I guess he's also like Prince Charming, but he was given a warning because when he came in, the clock was just before 12. It was like I think 2 or 3 minutes before like 12 o'clock, and then like they all died. So, or she killed them all. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I don't know how analogous this is to the actual Cinderella story, but that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. That's a fun little effect. So she ends up giving the line, "I don't have to run now." Yeah, she'd finally freed herself, and then he gives the line, "That's all you'll ever do." He raises his weapons, they fight, they both lose their auras, and then he kind of relaxes once he thinks he's beaten her, and then she just runs him through.
I'm sorry. There's no fucking way he trained her to be better than him.
So it's the exact same thing with the Aesops. We were going easy on you.
Yeah, and in this instance, I could tell like he probably was not going all out to like kind of try. He was trying to like disable her. He wasn't trying to kill her, but she was trying to kill him for sure.
I do think I am on your side a little bit there, Zach. I do think she was a little too good compared to an actual huntsman, but he was holding back.
And if that's the case, then that's the case. But like, I'm sorry, your semblance is pretty much I'm gonna be Metal Man.
Colossus.
Yeah,
that's cool too.
Which is a badass semblance. I think it would actually be perfect for Aklos. But like, you didn't think to use that? I understand you're like, even just.
Well, it was already broken at the end there, so he couldn't use it when you approach.
Sure, but just in case, like going into any fight, why not use that? Like that could potentially be super OP. Like,
might have a huge order drain. Who knows? But yeah, it's a solid point.
Like over your vitals, at least, you know. Like, let me cover my neck, you know, my innards.
It is before he actually drops dead. He gives her a head pat.
That's
very much a father figure. Yeah, a father figure Itachi moment. I'm curious if we're going to see that head pat again from Oscar or Ozpin, more so.
That's a good way to do it. Oh man, Ozpin.
Yeah, because and the song playing too, it's just like it's super sad. When I was actually listening to it, I was like, oh wow, it's talking about how like she was never loved by anyone. I was like, oh wow.
The dishes, scrub the floor, shut the hell up.
I was like, dang. And it just like kind of speaks to it because it's like, yeah, like those stupid kids at the orphanage, and then like that one adult just treat her like trash. Stepmom, stepsister just treat her like trash. Probably a guest too.
Who knows how different things could have been if the guy, instead of trying to attack her right then and there, tried to raise her and change her.
Yeah, just took her and was like, okay, well, let's just go. And let's go on the run. And I'll train you. You could be a huntress. Like, what?
Or
what
be like,
Cinder became a huntress?
See, I'm wondering too if he would have been like, well, let me take you to where I learned. Like, this is the academy. Like, you'll be with other people who will treat you right. Like, I don't know.
But I guess she's wanted, so I guess.
Well, now.
I mean, she was probably going to be wanted if he took her away too.
I don't know. I doubt it. I bet they would just go buy another kid.
Well, they're dead.
Well,
and they probably the police would have like.
I thought you were talking about before she was killed. I'm talking about like.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if he like like afterwards took her away, they probably would be like, all right, she's a sole suspect because you know she's the only person that was alive. So they, in the very least, they would look for her, and who knows what happened after
that. Yeah. And that's kind of the end of the backstory there. It is relatively short. I don't think it's the end. I think we're still going to get more of it.
I think we're going to meet him.
If he's alive?
Yeah. They never showed him dead. And I was like, I assumed like, all right, he probably dropped. But what if he survived?
I'm guessing he's dead.
I'm guessing he's dead too. I think what we're going to see next is her journey to Salem, essentially.
Exactly.
I think it'll be like the next bit that we see. I have a feeling it's going to be at a point of an episode, probably end of the season, where we see her kind of probably betray Salem.
Continue on. Cinder wakes up from her flashback. She gets mad at Emerald for bringing her back to Salem. And then Mercury enters the room. And I enjoy Mercury in this scene. He's talking about how he's no longer her follower. He's joined Salem, and Salem's got a plan for him.
Essentially, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. And it completely makes sense. It's like, if you're going to be a pawn to two different people, you're going to choose the one who's more powerful. He doesn't have the boner for Cinder that Emerald does.
Emerald was baffled, too.
Yeah. Now, she just wants to protect Cinder, and she's doing what she thinks is best, but, you know, she's just wrong.
Bringing her back to the ship? Like...
That's where else do you bring a wounded person? You gonna bring her to Atlas?
I mean, so like I thought it was already clear. Like she wasn't there, but they were clearly talking about how Salem said, "Don't do this." Hey, my boss told you. My boss told us specifically not to do this, but I'm gonna just go check this out anyway because I think I'm right. And you're gonna be like, "All right, I'm gonna take you back to your boss now," like while you're unconscious. I don't know. I
I
just felt like that was the wrong move.
yeah. I mean, obviously, I think it obviously will be the wrong move. But I think it also makes sense for Emerald.
Very character. All right, that's fair.
So we cut forward to Ozpin and Oscar. Now, a little contradictory to what you two were talking about last part. Ozpin is wanting to take the place of Oscar. Maybe not necessarily for the beating, but I think it's implied that Ozpin's trying to take over and help him out. And Oscar is the one refusing. He's the one saying that, we're going to get beat less badly if it's me.
Yeah. Oscar's really becoming an honorable kid.
Mm-hmm. And the two together form a plan to do what Salem's done to them, to try and sabotage her from the inside.
And who do they start with?
Hazel. Hazel enters. We get to learn exactly his rationale behind it. The reason why he's on Salem's side is because she can't be stopped. Meanwhile, Oz sends kids to die for a pointless cause. Which, I mean, it's kind of a weaker motivation when you put it like that. I like it more that he's just hell-bent on avenging his sister.
Yeah, I was expecting more, but it's what it is.
But it kind of gives clear indications that Hazel's not 100% on her side. If he gets a glimmer of her being able to be stopped, he might turn on her. Then Ozpin talks about how, it's like, if she brings the relics together, then... And then Salem enters, cutting him off. So I think that's very obviously now. That is clearly lined out. That's her plan. She's trying to bring the relics together to bring the end of the world.
That's what that's what I was thinking was gonna happen because I was like, there's like two ways, and like it doesn't look like she's about to try and change humanity's ways.
Yeah. I mean, maybe she's going for a technicality.
Destroying the.
We're gonna kill everyone except for her and Oz, and those two will make out and be together. It's like, look, the whole world's together again.
Looks like we made the right choice.
Maybe she's gonna have the whole, like, a huge twist where it's like, I've united the world against me, and that's how I'm gonna save it. I don't think so. I don't want that to be what happens, but maybe.
That would be a terrible ending.
Yeah. I'm the good guy here.
GG.
Very Owari-esque. Just it'd be worse, like a lot worsely done.
RIP. I will say though. I will say. All right. So you know how like Oscar was like holding out after that like brutal beating. Like, does that also mean he has like that semblance, like the Iron Will?
Wow.
Because it seemed like he had a pretty strong will there. I'm just saying.
No, he's just a normal human who overcome that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I see.
I said, no, he's just a normal human who overcame that.
Oh.
GG.
So we move ahead to the bridge. Kind of weird that it's called the bridge since it's in Whale, but it's also a spaceship, so I get it.
It's like the captain quarters.
Yeah. Salem reveals that Watts has contacted Tyrion about Penny. So very clear that Penny is definitely under her control, I think, to some extent. And then Salem does exactly what the stepmom did. She uses her own grim shot color on her, torturing Cinder for failing and betraying Salem for going against what Salem said.
But she doesn't do it for a long period, yeah.
But then she completely changes her tune. And I think she's completely lying here when she says this, but she says, clearly the fault is mine. I should be helping you, Cinder. I should be lifting you up. She says, "You and the Hound are gonna go get Watts and find Penny."
Hopefully, you find her first.
Competition.
I don't even think it's the competition. My thought from the very beginning was that the plan was to get all of the maidens into one person, and that person was Cinder. But now that they have an android girl that can be remote controlled, I think Salem's changed her plan.
Do you think Cinder realizes that?
I don't think so, but maybe.
That's an interesting theory.
I think that when she's going to find Penny, Penny and the Hound are going to turn on her.
I just want to say, I tried to tell her. Like, I was like, don't do it. Like, it's going to end bad. But instead, you decided you was going to go out anyway.
Yeah.
Loop back to that episode.
I personally liked Oscar speaking up at that point, be like, "What are you doing? Like, no!
She'll destroy the world."
I guess is that Oz at this point, or is
I guess it was Oz.
It could have been either one. I think it was Oz.
Yeah, I think it's Oz too.
And Salem follows up with the line. It's like, "You're already too late."
Yeah, if it was Oz, he sounded like extremely panicked. Like at this point, so he's like,
yeah,
he's at his wit's end.
He's trying to appeal to them desperately, like the good guy he is and always has been.
Because yeah, if she can get that question out, like if she can find that's why I think it's like she's gonna try and create a wish. Because if she can get both of those together and she can create a wish, she can find out where the other relics are.
She can consistently make as many wishes as she wants.
Yeah. How long is it going to take to get there? How do I open this? Where the other maidens at? Etc.
It'd be interesting. I still don't think it's quite how it's going to work. I think she knows exactly the information she needs, with the exception of where the crown is.
Why do you think not the crown?
Because the crown is the one that's been said. Like that's one that she's looking for. She needs to know where Vale's relic is because Oz said previously it's better hidden than the rest, or better protected.
Yeah, but okay, so you're saying she's gonna use the wish to figure that out?
Yeah,
I got you. I was like, the wish should be able to tell. I get you.
Yeah, and I think everything else she already knows, and that's the only thing she doesn't know. Because it's like the final relic, the Sword of Destruction, that's in Vacuo. We know that. That's with fucking Theodore. God, I hate this theater. All right, moving on.
GG.
We cut away to the Aesops, and they overhear Jean's transmission. They go to land. They have a little bit of a clash for a moment until the Grim River pillars into Atlas, breaking through the hard light barrier and putting Grim all around.
That was the most beautiful part of this entire episode. Seeing Ironwood's defenses crumble in front of him.
He looked shocked too.
Was fucking beautiful. Exactly. The fact that his face, his eyes widened, he looks scared. And I want him scared. I want him to just fucking perish. I am so glad that his whole defensive plan is not working.
Well, yeah, that's because of RWBY and the team. They're the reason that it's still in up.
No, RWBY and the team did not make that river.
No, yeah, they did, but they made it so the river can reach him.
I mean, at this point, he should have just left. He was planning on doing it anyway. I'm just saying, I want to see him fucking crumble. And this is the start of his fucking demise, and I love it. Literally, I think in the react, they said, "What are you going to do? Use your iron will to get over this?" Like, come on, dude. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, how am I wrong?
How are you wrong? Because Ironwood's done nothing wrong.
Okay. You know what? Let's get your guys' takes on this.
Yeah. I think it's beautiful. I got it, actually.
I was going to say, yeah, leave us in the comments down below. Whose side are you on? Ironwood's or not Ironwood's?
Well, everybody's on Ironwoods but mine. I mean, I'm not stupid. That's not what I'm trying to get at. I'm talking about like your opinions on what was happening.
I mean, depends on what's happening. Is that's exactly what's trying to happen. She is now attacking Atlas. She is destroying Atlas. She's going to make the city fall.
I just think it's a beautiful dynamic that they've added in here because, all right, so we've got this whole division thing going here. Everybody split. Hey, I'm gonna go do this, and then now I'm gonna go do this, and then this whale just plops on top of Atlas. All right, what you gonna do now? All right, like, so it's like they're either gonna have to band together because now not only is Mantle in danger, so is Atlas.
Yeah.
So it's not like, all right, I'm gonna still fight you. No, if you fight each other, you're gonna be even weaker, and the situation is only going to get worse.
Let's not quite get ahead of ourselves there, because Aesop's knows that the only way to save lives at this point is to get Penny. Meanwhile, Team Jean is gonna be like, "No, we need to go and stop them now. The divide isn't over. I think it's still gonna happen."
Yeah, because at this point,
I want to see the fuck. I want to see John put a bullet through Harriet's fucking head.
wow.
He doesn't even have a gun. He doesn't have a gun. I want him to do it.
I mean, I guess it would be interesting if they did still fight even while all this is happening. But I feel like I don't know what's gonna happen. Like,
well,
morally,
Ren on their side, maybe they do have a chance to avoid the fight. Like, we need Penny to save the city, and John and Yang are gonna be like, "No, we have to protect them now." And then Ren's just gonna be like, "All right, everyone, shut the fuck up. It is time for us to save some fucking lives. We will help you find Penny."
Fine, John can put a bullet in his head too.
Yeah, because if you think about it at this point, like if they decide that, all right, we gotta go stop these Grimm. All right, like it's you versus this whale, this river of Grimm, all these other Grimm, these Grimm still down, still approaching from the ground from Mantle. There's no way, like, you have enough forces to defend it against all that. Like, there's one realistic choice, unless like a caveat gets thrown in there. But
is finding Penny gonna be able to beat all those Grimm? No.
Nope.
Well, but if you find Penny, you can unlock the relic, get Atlas higher, and then once you're in the atmosphere where the Grimm can't survive, they'll suffocate. Then again, maybe with the Hardlight Shield, the atmosphere protection's gone. That might now be completely out of the question.
And see, that's what I was also thinking, is that was part of his thing, was the Hardlight also kept in the oxygen.
It might be.
Like,
I don't know.
I mean, if it's not, it's potential that like the castle, mansion, Atlas City in general, has some sort of barrier and locking mechanism, which could work. I mean, that's not out of question.
Oh, it's Academy Colossus mode.
Yes, or just like a NASA space station, but Colossus mode too. It's just I hate the Aesops as well, because I don't hate the Aesops. I hate Harriet.
I love her
because she is also focused on the wrong thing.
Nah, right thing.
So
I understand. Her orders are to find Penny, and I'll let you talk in a second. Her orders are to find Penny. I'm not disagreeing with that. That is what she's been told. But you gotta look at a bigger picture than that of, okay, we can go get the maiden, or we can try and save all of these people and get them to somewhere safer in case this whole fucking city falls.
Some might say the biggest of pictures is Harriet's side.
GG.
Go ahead, Mike. I cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, while on one hand, like, yes, while soldiers should think morally about the decisions or the things that they're being ordered to do, I think she has already considered that probably like a long time ago, and felt that this was the right thing to do. So like yes, I mean, I get why you feel that way, because yes, you should probably consider that, but I think she has already considered that and thinks that Ironwood is doing the correct thing to save the most lives, because I don't know, it's just kind of like a cascading effect. All right, so we got this argument. One person says one thing, another person says something else, and then the longer it goes on, maybe that other person was right in the past, but now that we've gotten up to this point, can you still achieve what you've been trying to do in the first place? And right now, that looks extremely unrealistic to me, anyway. So, like, maybe you were right, cool, but now what are you gonna choose like the option that I don't see how this is gonna actually happen versus we know for sure we can at least get out of here. Or maybe, and I guess that goes into another point. Like, what are they going to do if they can't go into the atmosphere? Are they going to be like, all right, it's over, or are they going to be like, all right, can we try and get this back online, or are we going to try and run with a relic? Is there like an escape plan that they can try and like somehow get Penny to get the relic out of there, and then like take it somewhere where Salem can't get it, or just like run?
Maybe. I mean, no matter what, at this point, people are going to die, and these people dying is a direct cause of RWBY's decision making. Team RWBY.
I'm excited to see what plays out. I will say.
As am I. Yeah.
Real. Yo, when that whale slammed in though, I was like, oh snap.
And it just opens its mouth, releasing the flood of fucking grim liquid.
And you can see like you can see in the background like all the other flying grim like that were just like around in the defense systems that were like fending them off. I was like, that's a wrap. Like that's it. Like
Yep.
you either rise or like somebody's running it. That's you can't defend that. You're not gonna be able to defend against that. Not for long. Doesn't matter how many people you get inside. Like there's only a matter of time.
This is how Atlas dies. With the power of friendship.
Yeah, I'm still waiting though. Like once they get the relic out of there, once like Atlas like crashes, like I think that's when it's like that's when it's really gonna get real.
It's like I don't want Atlas to fall. I don't want all the people to die, but it is what has to happen for Team RWBY to understand that they've made mistakes.
But do you actually think they're going to?
I can't imagine they're going to look at a city falling upon another city that they could have saved at least half of the people there and be like, you know what? This was still Ironwood's fault. Yep, all his fault.
I don't necessarily know if they'll go that far, but do you think that like they'll be like, all of our actions cause this, or are they going to be like, well, Salem's super fucking powerful? Like, do you actually think they're going to honestly think back and be like, if only we had just told the truth?
Well, if Ren survives, I think he will. Everyone else, I don't know.
Anyway. Do you think Ren's going to survive?
No, I do not.
I don't think Nora's going to survive either. I think they're going to die together.
Or one's going to die for the other.
Is that how it's going to go down? Like all of Team Jean is going to die? That's how it goes?
That's what a lot of people have expected. Very early on, there were like even before Pyrrha's death, the characters of Team Juniper in all of their fairy tales that they're based on, they are all characters who die.
Do you think John is going to die as a martyr?
I think so, in the end.
Eventually.
Yeah. Jean for the Joan of Arc, Ren for Mulan, who dies in the actual story. Nora is Thor, killed by Ragnarok, which, I mean, this is a pretty fucking Ragnarok event right now that we're seeing. So
that, and the beast itself, her new wolf puppy thing.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't even comparing that to Fenrir.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah, okay, yeah, Nora's gonna die. No question there.
Dang. What's gonna happen to Cinder, though? Y'all think she's gonna die?
I don't think she's going to die. I think she's going to realize that Salem has turned against her. And then I think Ozpin is going to be able to take advantage of that and finally give her a real father figure.
Are you saying, what's his name? I guess I didn't give him a name yet. Nameless Huntsman wasn't good enough?
No, I'm saying Nameless Huntsman wasn't good enough. And Ozpin is technically her actual father. Pseudo-technically.
True. But yeah. So I mean yeah, I don't know. I don't think that she'll die. But if she doesn't die, then I think Penny has to die, and I don't want that to happen. So then, like, I counter myself and be like, okay, well, I actually do want Cinder to die. I don't think she will, but I want her to die just for that.
It's possible that Penny will live, She might like reverse steal the maiden powers, like through some use of the hound.
Because
And
it
maybe
takes
Cinder
your life
gets away. Well, I guess yeah, it does. I don't know.
She has an artificial soul though. So in the event that that does happen, then Pietro will either die or has to do something to.
Pietro's going to
kill
give his life for hers at some point. That's got to happen.
What about Maria?
What about Maria?
him.
She's a badass. She beat Neo fair and
Yeah,
square.
she sure did.
she took. She somehow took an L though.
God, that'd be like if Jean beat fucking Pyrrha in their second battle.
GG.
I really don't care about what happens with Maria. Honestly, I don't find her character that interesting anymore because she's been around for 30 seasons now, and her backstory was interesting, and then she helped Ruby like one time. That's really all she's done.
Mm-hmm.
GG.
Oh, and of course beating Neo. And well, that was pretty much it for the episode. Next time we're going to see the Siege on Atlas, and that will be the last episode before they take a month, like 2-month long break.
They're
Month and
taking
a
a
half.
break? No.
Yeah. After episode 7, they're taking a month and a half off.
Why? To catch up?
I'm not sure. It's confusing. They said like that they were done animating RWBY, and then this happened. So I'm not sure. There might be some behind the scenes stuff that's going on. It might be business stuff to try and keep first memberships going. It might be to give Red versus Blue more time to shine. Who knows?
Weird. Okay. Odd choice.
Yeah. All right. Ratings.
Overall, I'm going to give it a 9.5, but I honestly did think it was a better episode than the last one. I just
And
felt
I
there
believe
was
you
more.
rated the last one 10?
Yes. And I know that's confusing. I just felt there was more depth in the previous episode.
Okay.
There was more going on, multiple angles. So that's why.
Okay. Mike.
10 out of 10 for me. That was magnificent.
I will follow suit with Mike. I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10. And I rarely give those.
Yeah, you do.
I think it's the first. Well, I guess this is the second one that's actually getting a 10. This one from from anyone.
Yeah.
I think the rest were like average, pretty low. I think one of them because kind of didn't like that fight scene. Was that the last one or the one before? I can't remember, but I
It
think
was the last one
It
that
was
I
the
gave
last
it a. Yeah, Zach gave it a 10 out of 10, and I gave it a 4 out of 10.
So like drop the average down to
Yeah. That's just like, what Zach does to Ironwood in the ratings.
Fuck you.
GG.
You know what? Who's your best boy and best girl, Connor?
Okay, so best boy is going to be unnamed Huntress. Or Hunter. Huntsman.
Unnamed
That's
Huntsman. Prince Charming.
Yep.
Yeah, Prince Charming, if that's what we're calling him, yeah. The Cinder is almost daddy. As for best girl, I'm still conflicted on that one.
It's a tough choice.
I think I'm going to give it to Cinder this time, though. Yeah, I'm giving it to Cinder.
All right. What about you, Zach?
Best girl. I think I'm going to have to give it to Cinder. It's kind of hard not to in this episode.
Yeah.
You know what? No.
Okay.
I'm going to take a step here. The stepmother. The evil stepmother's best girl. Because without her, who knows where Cinder would be today?
GG.
Did I call out her line that Cinder had in response to her? The whole, without you, I am nothing? Or was it,
yeah.
But because of you, I am everything? God, I love that line.
Yeah. So, got to give the stepmother some props.
Okay.
So, shout out to her. Best boy? I got to give it to Oz and Oscar. It's kind of confusing potentially who was at what point, so I'm gonna give it to both of them. That's fair. That body.
That body.
Like say Oz.
All right, and Mike.
Best boy, yeah, definitely unnamed huntsman / Prince Charming / fairy godmother. I think you missed it. Like I did kind of say, like I was kind of confused about like he said the line that I thought the fairy godmother was gonna say, but yeah, he's best boy. I felt like I really wish he would have like made a slightly different decision, but I'm still satisfied like with the end. I mean, and maybe he's alive. Who knows? Best girl, Cinder. Yeah, because I'm just like, all right, like so not like we see like Cinder like in like with other villains, like you can see like all right, they usually have some tragic backstory, and like this is her tragic backstory. This is why she is the way she is, and maybe just maybe, you know, there's a semblance of something. Maybe she is still in her heart, deep, somewhere deep in her heart, she just wants to be loved, and maybe Oz can give that to her. Maybe she'll be good this time. So she'll turn the tables. Then her and Glinda can like team up. Like I'm really like that's what I really want. I want like to like just a scene with like her and Glinda like teaming up instead of fighting.
That'd be interesting.
I guess Travis didn't say anything, but so I guess that's 2 for Cinder. So that she wins.
Yeah, Travis, you want to add in your input?
Okay, it's a 10. I felt like the dude was more like the fairy godmother than the father or whatever.
We said that earlier too, though.
Cool.
Yeah, fairy godmother. All right.
I think Cinder's a crazy bitch, but man, she definitely got the best girl. You can see it in her eyes after she killed them, and she was looking up at him, and he was like, "Hey, what the hell did you just do?" And she's just like, "I'm okay now." And you're like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, and then the fairy godfather is definitely the best boy for me.
All right, so that's 3.
Yep. Me, Trav, and Mike all have the exact same sets there. All right. Well, hey, let us know your opinions in the comments down below, what your rating is, your best boy and best girl, and as always, we'll see you next time. Well, thank you for watching. Remember to hit that like button if you want to see more content like this. And if you want to see what the rest of our channel has to offer, be sure to subscribe. Looking for any ways to support us? Well, we currently aren't monetizable through YouTube. We do have a Patreon and even a merch store, so be sure to check those out. All of the links to these things are right in the description down below. And last but not least, we'll see you next time.